Today, YouTube, it is the 1st of April 2025, and picked up a new project today. I was actually putting finishing touches on my electric pickup, and a good buddy of mine called and said, "Hey, I got 2 electric scooters. I fixed one up for me. If you want the other one, come and get it." So I go, "Cool, electric scooter in the back bed of my electric truck." So a few minutes, we had the electric truck done off the lift, and we took it on a test drive over to pick up this electric scooter. This was evidently a rental scooter, and so things are kind of locked up, and we don't have keys or nothing. I peeled a bunch of grass out of it and stuff. Been obviously sitting in a field for probably years, so who knows? Well, there's more grass I didn't get. It's been rattle can black. Not very well done. Not horribly done, I guess. Yeah. So we're gonna dig into this thing a little bit. It's been duct taped over, probably stuff that was related to this rental thing. I don't see many switches and stuff on it. There's a switch here for something that I don't know what it is. And there's speakers in it. There must be Bluetooth something or other somewhere on it. I don't know. I'm guessing this is a battery. It's got a little handle right here, but there's something more to it to get this thing off. And I don't know what that is, so I'm likely going to break things getting it off. And putting it back together as a operating scooter, I don't know if it's going to resemble what it resembles today. It's not great shape, but it's not horrible either. I think everything is there to make it work again. I can grind that off of there. Oh, it's glued on. Anyway, I don't know. I was just getting ready to start spraying some WD-40 on this tape because that bugs me. And this is related to its rental whatever. I do not know if there's anything visible, but they taped over something for some reason here, so I'll spray some WD-40 on this from time to time to try and soak that off there without damaging whatever might be under it. If anybody, well, I don't know when I'll post this thing, but OJO, I haven't looked them up on the internet. I haven't done anything. Throttle works and returns. The brakes do work. They're mechanical, cable-operated disc brakes. Back tire's flat. There's no valve stem in the valve stem. If that's a word. No needle in the valve stem. How's that? But it looks pretty cool. It'd be fun to have this electric scooter towed around in the electric trucks or something. So anyway, that's the project we're getting started on. I thought I'd film the intro before I dig into this thing. First order of business, try and get this tape stuff off there, see what's under it. Might lead me to some more information about what this is so I can find parts or keys or something. There's a thing right here I thought it initially was a battery, but then I think that's probably a battery. If you're going to change a battery every day, that'd be better. But there's probably the electronics, etc. under here. So I'm going to have to get it apart, find everything, and figure out where the motor is, where the controller is, what the charger situation is, what voltage this is. So anyway, seems like a challenge, seems like fun. It doesn't cost me anything. I'll proceed cautiously, and we'll go from there. All right, we'll see you in a bit. Well, guys, it is the 16th of April. Yeah, sorry I haven't been filming. I took this thing apart. Hang on a second, let me close this door. Maybe the light will improve. I don't know if that's better or not. I really felt like this scooter wasn't going to go anywhere, and I kind of quit filming. I was taking it apart when I had a little bit of time, and I got all the covers off. I got the little covers off the wiring. What I was hunting for was like a relay that turns this thing on remotely, because that's how I thought they worked. Turns out I was wrong. So the guy that gave this to me stopped by yesterday and told me, yeah, to turn it on, it's this switch right here. I'm like, oh, really? And all this time, I'm hunting for like a relay that some radio thing would turn it on or something. I don't know what I was thinking. Anyway, I was way off. But I got this battery off of here, and then there's this battery here. So there was 2 batteries in this thing. One of them, I assume, they could change out quickly, which is this guy. I think they're 48 volt. Somebody put a charger in here that obviously isn't an original charger, because the original charger, I think, would have gone into this bracket, and this doesn't fit. This says it's 42 volts, and it appeared to work. It says that it charged, but it clearly didn't charge. So the batteries are no good. But until yesterday, I was under the impression this thing turned on with some fancy radio remote, because you can't ride these things as a rental until your credit card's been processed and all. So I was ready to just kind of stick this thing back together, take it to the swap meet next month, and get rid of it. And then my buddy stopped by yesterday and he goes, yeah, it turns on and off by that switch. He had somebody go through his and make it work. I'm like, okay, man, I'm glad you stopped by. I was just about to send her down the road. So I got out here this morning. Neighbor's going to pour some concrete, so I've been kind of dealing with that a little bit, putting some stuff away. And I thought, well, let's see what happens now that I know how to turn this thing on. I mean, I thought that was a headlight switch. So what have I got that gives me, I think this is 48 volt. Probably is 48 volt. What have I got to get me to 48 volt? Not much. I have these Porter cable batteries for my cordless tools, and they're supposedly 20 volt. So let's series these two 20s and give me 40 volts. Okay. So I've already done this, but let's do it again, shall we? So right now the batteries aren't connected in series. So this is positive, negative, positive, negative. So positive to negative to positive to negative. That's a series circuit. I'm using these lugs to get a hold of the power there. All right. Spark. So it's energizing a circuit enough to have a spark. Bluetooth speakers. Ready?
OJO on.
OJO on. The valve stems were out of both tubes on those tires. So I put valve stems in them, put some air on them. We're going up on a little ladder here because we got a throttle up here. Rotate. What do you know? The dang thing works. Golly, geez, and I was that far from getting rid of it. It works. It sounds good. The brakes work. I did plug the headlight in. It doesn't work. Maybe there's a photocell on this thing though. But anyway, we won't worry about headlight. So it's been a good morning actually. So now what I got to figure out is how to get a battery for this thing. 48 volt battery that would fit, I guess, in this compartment would be ideal. Something like this. I can't imagine I can get that battery, but I guess I'll look. It is a lithium ion. It's probably way too expensive for me. Rating. It says 48.1. 10.9 amp hour, 524 watts. So I'm gonna go look for this battery. If I can get that exact battery, that'd be awesome. Probably going to be more money than I'm willing to spend, but we'll see. If we can get a battery, then this thing will be worth, cosmetically make it better. It's just been rattle canned, but I think it was rattle canned when they were renting out, because this was originally red, and the ones they had here in town were all black. I think this was an original location of a charger connection. As a rental, it used something different. There was a charger that used to go here. But again, you can't get any parts for this thing. So, I mean, nothing. So far. I'm going to go look for a battery. I'm going to disconnect this so we don't start something as a fire. And I guess we'll go from there. I could charge up those couple batteries and take it out for a putt and see how far it'll go. Those are like 2 amp hour, and it was used to having, well, I don't have big enough leads at the moment with clips on them to do it, but it's used to having 11 amp hours. So. All right, guys, it's back on the table as a viable project. Excuse me. And thanks to my buddy that A, gave it to me, B, showed me where the on-off switch was. All I got to do is I got to just know how it works. And then fixing it is always easier. So I just can't believe I was this close to chucking this thing, and it works fine. Okay, here we go. All right, boys and girls, I'll show you my setup. So I've got 4, count them, 4 of my 20 volt Porter cable drill batteries, charged them up. And what we're doing is we're series and paralleling these batteries. So when you series, you double the voltage. So I need to take 20 volts to 40 volts. This is a 48 volt unit, but I don't have 14 volt batteries, whatever, or 24 volt batteries. What I do have is 20 volt, so I need to double that. So we'll go for 40. That's as close as I can get to 48. These are like 2 amp hour, and they're really old. And if we paralleled 2 of them, we can double that. So we're going to take a 20 volt, 2 amp hour battery, double the voltage, double the current by series and paralleling them, and we'll end up with about 40 volts and about 4 amp hours. Okay, so this is positive. Blue is positive, green negative. So we go from positive to negative, positive to negative. We draw here and here into our system. Okay, and then we do that with this set of batteries on the back side here as well, positive, negative, and we tie them together. And I used a wire net for these just so that you can see. So we got a positive, negative of our 40 volt battery string here, our 40 volt battery string here, connecting them together, positive and negative. So positive, negative, positive, positive, negative, positive, negative, tied together, positive, tied together, positive, negative, tied together. So we've made a 40 volt battery here, 40 volt battery here. We doubled them in parallel to give us 2 amp hours. 2 amp hours equals 4 amp hours plugged in here. Now, let me put you in this stand, and I'll demonstrate with the meter. Hopefully you can see this. Okay, meter's on DC voltage. If I were to test positive, negative, I should get the 20 volts of that battery. 19.92 is what I read. If I go all the way to this negative, remember, we have a 40 volt, 40 volt. We'll test it here, and we get 39.82 total, okay? You can test each battery individually and you'll get your 20 volts nominal. And we'll test it again across 220s. Gives you a 40. Can't really test the output. But turn it on.
OJO off. OJO on.
OJO on. Okay, I'm going to put my meter away. And let's give her a twist. Get you back here where you can see something. Not bad. Let me see if I can find a way to hold the camera here. Alright, we're going to try this. Guys, I can't see the viewfinder with this contraption that I have. So it is going to be what it's going to be. I'll try to adjust it. Okay, we're going to get this thing off its center stand, maybe. Hey, the taillight's working. That's incredible. I wonder if the headlight would work if it had a bulb in it. I don't know. Alright. So we can get it out of here. Okay, on the board. And the gravel. I could have duct taped those batteries in a little better. Again, we're running on something under 40 volts and it's a 48 volt machine, so we will have a reduced speed right off the bat. I'm not sure how fast we're going, but it feels like about 10. And I'm not sure how far we'll go. I think we'll go no farther than all the way to the end of the batteries. I did order a battery for this thing and some connectors and such. It'd be a little more stable if it went a little faster. But hey, it works. I think we'll just do this much of the video, and when the battery comes in and stuff, we'll do another. Okay, we're going in the parking lot. Uh-oh, my battery came unhooked or something. Nope. Started up again. Don't know what happened. Dun, 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 dun. I didn't know if any of the lights and stuff would work without, you know, all the plugs being factory. But the taillight works. I wonder if the headlights just burned out. I could test it. This thing has Bluetooth speakers in it, and you heard it when I turned it on. It goes OJO on. OJO's the make of this thing. So the internet says that Ford owns OJO now, Ford Motor Company, and you can buy these, but I think they're like a premium machine. I think there are a lot of premium machines out there. But ooh. Then it just quit. Probably putting some strain on the batteries. That was not going to give me any juice there. Neighbors are pouring concrete over here. Yeah. Up the bump. All right, we got it. Center stand. Well,
OJO off.
OJO off. I gotta try to connect my phone to the Bluetooth. Gotta try it. All right, cool guys. I bolted all this stuff back in. Let me get you out of here. There we go. Again, sorry if I don't know if you could see anything or not because I can't see the viewfinder. But so again, underneath the front cover, I bolted everything back in. I did plug the headlight back in, but I don't know if it works or not. Yeah. What else? I think that's it, guys. We got it working. We just got to put a battery in it. We can put the floor back together. We'll try to make it not quite so ugly. I don't know that I'll get out there and paint it just yet. Let's show you better the
OJO on.
LED light. It got brighter for a second. I'll bet the brake light works. Let's find out. Yeah, that's like front brake. Rear brake. Wow, everything works. Again, except the headlight. And I'm not sure that I can't get it to work. I may have a bulb like that. We'll find out. All right, guys. We'll call this a video. Thanks, guys, for watching. It was started out to be a video and then was not going to be a video because I was going to junk it. And then all of a sudden, we got a glimmer of hope. I found a 48 volt, 10 amp hour battery for about $75. Another 10 bucks on some connectors. It's coming to actually be here tomorrow, and it will barely fit in that hole. I'm going to have to trim just a little bit, and we'll get that all connected, and we'll have a scooter. All right, guys, thanks again for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and remember, comment on this video. Any video, just say hi, tell me what you're working on. I watch my comments very closely. I check them absolutely every morning. So comment today. You'll hear back from me tomorrow. All right, guys. Catch you later. Just a little bonus footage to get the light working. I stared at the connector a little better and realized it had a directional, and I didn't have that in my mind when I was plugging it in. So yeah, it works fine. Everything works. Can you believe it? Headlight, taillight, brake light. It's all awesome. All right. Thanks, guys. Catch you next time. Boys and girls, I am editing videos, trying to get everything caught up. And I realize I'm not going to get the battery for this scooter anytime soon. It's probably going to be at least 3 more weeks before I see it. So I was thinking I would just do like a little closeout segment for this video.
OJO on.
OJO on. OJO.
Bluetooth connected.
Bluetooth connected. So this thing is... The motor sounds great, doesn't it? So this thing is mechanically and physically, it's good to go. We're just waiting on a battery and to get it fit in there. Aren't we, Autumn? Autumn's here today. Hi, sweetie. Yeah, Dad, it's real noisy at our house because they're doing my roof, Dad. Yes, they are. So this was the battery below the seat. This was the black battery below the floor. And, they're shot. They're antiques. I just need these connectors. And these connectors that I buried here, match the battery that's coming. And there's a chance, if this thing works good and I just want more range, I'll order a second battery, and we'll put two in, one below the floor and one below the seat where this one used to be. So, and these are pretty healthy batteries, so this thing probably went a long way. Again, this was one of those rental scooter things. So, no front suspension. We got a swing arm in the rear. Disc brakes, mechanical disc brakes, both ends. The LED headlight works fine. The little ring works fine. Taillight, brake lights all work fine. Everything's good to go. Just waiting on the battery. And because it's going to be a while, we're just going to finish up this video. I'm just running it on drill motor batteries. They're 20 volt, series 2 to make 40 volts. Then I paralleled 2 sets of 2 to make a stronger 40 volts. So it's a 48 volt system, so I'm already 8-10 volts short. So it...
OJO off.
It's challenging to get any range out of it, especially these are only 2 amp hour batteries, and they're old. They're 10, 12 years old, so they'd be lucky to be 1 amp hour left in them. And I've made trips to home and around and so forth, just recharge them when I get back. Yeah, I pulled all the stickers off. It peels some paint off. So I think pretty easily we'll be able to just sand this stuff down and paint like the front fender. Hopefully that thing comes off easy enough. This front piece here, which is only held on by some clips and some duct tape. And then this back stuff. And we'll put some paint on it. Do something different than black probably. So, with that, guys, I think we'll close out this video. Wait for a battery. When the battery shows up, we'll do a new video. We'll put the battery in it. We'll go see how far it goes. Like that. And then, Autumn, she'll come back. Autumn, you want to come back and be in the next video too? Autumn, come here. No, come here. She just wants to go outside all the time. Autumn, come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Say hello, everybody. Goodbye. Dad, are we going outside or what? You want to see how she tells me yes? Autumn? Do you want to go outside? Yeah, that's how she tells me yes. Alright, guys. We're going to catch you on the next video. OJO. Oh, yeah.